I'm Colt Capperrune. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today, I want to talk about what is quite possibly the most important thing for an artist in terms of getting shows booked. In one of my previous videos, I brought up an EPK, which stands for Electronic Press Kit, and I briefly touched on it, and then I said, give me a comment if you guys want a dedicated video on how to put together an EPK that will help you book shows, and a whole bunch of people said yes, and then I kind of forgot about it, and I did not plan on filming a video today. However, it is raining like crazy out, and I always shut down when it's raining and lightning. Just lightning, not rain. I don't care if it's raining. But if it's lightning, I'm always shutting down and unplugging all of the gear. And so I was like, let's drop this EPK video right now today. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, or if you've just not subscribed yet, I'd love it if you would subscribe. And all you gotta do is hit that little subscribe tab right down below the video. It's on one of these sides. And if you choose to subscribe, thank you very much. Go ahead and hit that little bell icon next to the subscribe tab. And as always, give me a thumbs up and drop me a comment on this one. Let me know if you guys have any more questions or anything else you would like me to cover in a future video. So what is an EPK? Well, it stands for Electronic Press Kit. And basically what this is a single destination where anyone who's interested in working with you can go and see what you're all about, hear, samples of your music, see pictures, videos, bio, like there's a bunch of different ways to set this up, but it's a single destination where anyone who's interested in working with you can figure out everything there is to know about you, or everything they need to know about you to decide whether or not they should work with you. And so the most common reason for an EPK is for artists to book shows, because these promoters that put on these shows, club owners and promoters and booking agents, they need to know what you're all about before they'll give you a shot on a show. So like with all of this stuff, there's a million different ways you can approach it, but I'm going to tell you what I think is the best way to approach it and what I have seen gain my clients and other artists the greatest chance for success. So the first thing that I highly recommend is that your EPK is either a tab on your website or a standalone website that is a single page site. Basically, you don't want people scrolling around looking for stuff. You never want to make people click more than one link or two links ever. And so the idea is when you're going after a show and you're sending this EPK out to promoters or club owners or booking agents, if you can even get them to click on the link to your EPK from your email or whatever, like that's hard enough to get people to click once. And you want to make sure that you provide them with every single thing that they need to see after clicking that one time. You don't ever want to make them click a second or a third time to find anything about you. So my favorite way to accomplish this is with like a single page website design. Now, in my opinion, the very first thing that someone should see when they click on your EPK is the single most jaw-dropping photo of you that you can possibly muster up. This sounds kind of crazy to people new in the industry or people that have not been through this process yet. But here's the thing. When someone clicks on your EPK, if they aren't immediately blown away by your photo, if they're not giving the impression that you're someone they should pay attention to by your photo, they won't even listen to your music. And this is a really common thing throughout the music industry, record labels and booking agents and just on management companies, on and on and on and on. The people that you'd really like to work with, the really serious people, they won't even listen to your music unless you have a photo that is jaw-dropping. Now, since photography is an art and it is subjective, it's incredibly difficult to know what this actually means and exactly what you should be going after. So the basic way that I boil this stuff down, it's the same way for photographers, videographers, producers, music producers. You as an artist, the only way that you really know that you have something that is that mind-blowing, that jaw-dropping, is by hiring a photographer who has shot for other successful artists. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go after a photographer that shoots someone like Taylor Swift, like an ultra A-list photographer, but just an artist that is legitimately successful, that is being played on the radio. It can be a B or C level artist, an up-and-coming artist, but at least this way you know that you're spending your money wisely. So if you pay this photographer and they give you a photo, you know that they're at least capable of doing great work that they've already done for great artists. And this follows through into music videos as well, and producers. Always work with the people that have already done the thing that you're trying to do. And then you have real peace of mind knowing that like your money's being spent wisely. I can promise you this, your cousin who has a decent camera that shoots weddings sometimes is not the person that's gonna shoot this photo for you, that's gonna get the attention you need in order to make this whole EPK thing work and book shows. Okay, so very first thing on this EPK, you get someone to click on it, they see this photo that's like, and then you scroll down and the very next thing that they should see is a music player of some sort. They should instantly be able to hear your music immediately after seeing your photo. Now on this music player, I think it's important to have as many of your best songs as humanly possible. A lot of times with these promoters and booking agents and club owners and whatnot, they want to see that you have enough songs released to fill the time slot they're looking to book you for. And so what that usually looks like is a opening slot for a nationally touring artist usually is like 20 or 30 minutes. And so what that means is it's a good idea if you can to have 20 or 30 minutes of music released before you start going after these shows. Now that said, I'm always a fan of putting your best foot forward. And so if you have 2 songs that are just bangers, and then you have 3 more songs that are okay, maybe just put your 2 bangers up there. This gets a little bit like you should experiment with this a little bit, but the very next thing, music player. The very next thing after the music player, so they see your photo and they scroll, or maybe they don't even have to scroll, hopefully, and they see your music player and they can listen to your music. The very next thing should be music videos. Now, again, if you have a cousin who shoots some wedding videography and they did your music video, this is not where you put that video. You want to have a really serious music video. Why ain't I shutting my phone off when I'm filming videos? You want to have a really serious videographer who has already done stuff that's been on, CMT or MTV or like whatever, someone who has done videos that have gotten some real serious traction, again, so you know that you haven't wasted your money and that you have a product, a video that's capable of taking you somewhere. So you've got your photo, you've got your music player, you've got your music videos. From there, it kind of is open to interpretation, because if anyone is going to continue scrolling past that point, they're really interested in who you are as an artist. So maybe you have a bio, maybe you have photos of big shows, the biggest shows you've ever played. That's another thing that we should talk about, is anytime you play a large show, whatever the biggest show you've ever done is, I don't care if it's 100 people or 10,000 people, whatever the biggest thing that you've ever done is, hire a photographer, doesn't have to be someone super baller, but hire a photographer to come shoot photos of you live, so that way you can prove that you have played big shows in front of X number of people. And every time you play another show that's the biggest show, then get a photographer to come and document that. And so what you want to do is, as this person, as this promoter or this booking agent or this club owner is scrolling through your EPK, considering to book you for a show, you want to show them that you're capable of doing whatever it is they're interested in. And so if the biggest crowd you've ever played in front of is 100 people, you had better have photos of that show on your EPK showing off the crowd so you can see how many people's there. If the biggest show that you've played is in front of 1,000 people, then you had better have photos of that show showing the crowd and yourself on your EPK. And so this will be a section that you continually update as you grow as an artist and as you play bigger and bigger shows in front of more and more people. You will continually swap these photos out to be the biggest thing that you've ever done. Now from there, I think it's a good idea to have some sort of a bio, some sort of your accomplishments. When did you start? How many streams do you have? Do you have a bunch of social media followers? Like putting your best foot forward. Whatever is the most impressive stats about you as an artist, this is where they should probably go. Who you've already opened for, maybe who produced your EP or your singles, or if you've got good streaming numbers, maybe put those streaming numbers up there. Whatever you can do to help make yourself more sellable, this is a good spot to put that stuff. And then after that, kind of open to interpretation. You can put whatever you want there. Your calendar of show dates, more photos, links to all your socials is a good idea. Links to, your Spotify and your Apple Music is a good idea. Certainly a link to your actual website, which you should have, is a good idea. Basically, you want to provide whoever's looking at this EPK with the ability to get to anything else about you with a single click. That's the goal here. Now, in terms of actual design and what the vibe of the EPK should be like, I think that's entirely up to you as an artist, what your vibe is as an artist, what the vibe of your music is, what genre you're in. And so there's a lot of flexibility in terms of the creative design element, like the colors and the actual like design of frames of stuff and whatever within your EPK. There's a lot of room for creativity here. But basically, you just want to absolutely make sure you have the very best photo on planet Earth up top, and then a music player, and then music video, and then who you've opened for, and some sort of little bio with photos of the biggest shows you've ever played under that. The rest is open for your interpretation. Really hope that this helped someone. There's so many comments asking for this video, so I hope that this lived up to your expectations. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, hit the bell icon next to the subscribe tab. Give me a thumbs up and drop me a comment. Hit me up on Instagram at Colt Capperrune. Check out my website, coltcapperrune.com. Actually, my website's a good thing to check out because my website is all a single page for all the reasons I've mentioned in this video. There'll be links in the description for all of this. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.